I've had hundreds of requests from people asking how to turn Zack and Cody Pizza Party Pickup into a Diddy Party using Godot. So I decided to create a tutorial on how. Let's go ahead and figure out what is needed for the Diddy Party. Zack and Cody Pizza Party Pickup is a small flash game that you might have played back in the day. It's quite simple in almost all aspects. The goal of the game is to get from one place to another without getting caught and gathering as many items as you can to up your score. Sounds familiar? The only part that might be a little difficult is the actual movement of our Diddy, though we will get to that in a bit. Let's go ahead and work on laying out the level. First, let's lay out our tile map. Grab whatever sprite set you like. Just make sure it is either as big as Diddy or bigger. If you are having trouble with that, you can edit the size by going here and then going to the tile set tab and configuring it there as well. Once you get that going, build the level. Get creative and be happy because we no longer have a blank canvas. There are only 5 things left to implement. The easiest will be the enemy. All it is a path 2D and path follow 2D. First, create the path you want. Then you have to manually code the enemy to go along the path. But it's very simple. Just export path follow 2D in your enemy script and reference the progress ratio. We are putting all of this in the process function. If you want to reverse the movement, just create a function called reverse that checks if the enemy has made it to the end. Let's build our first item, baby oil. We will start with an area 2D to detect the player, a collision shape, and your favorite baby oil brand. Create a script and export a variable named player, and then click area 2D in our scene tree and head over to the signal at the top right. Click body entered and connect to the script we just made, put inside queue free. We should have both our item and our enemy by now, but no Diddy. Let's change that. Remember I said that this was the most difficult part, so pay attention before I smack you with a ruler. In Zack and Cody PPP, they utilize a technique called tile snapping. It's exactly what Pac-Man uses to move around. The movement is tile snapped like Pac-Man. When I'm not moving, I read the direction input and treat it as a one tile step. Then I convert my current world position into a tile map and add the step to get the next cell. And I also check if that tile exists. If it's valid, I set a target position at the center of that tile and switch into moving mode. While I'm moving, I slide toward the target every physics frame, and once I'm close enough, I snap onto it so I stay perfectly aligned with the grid. That's it. That's all it is. There's a couple functions here that might not make sense, but that's okay. If it works, it works. After that, we connect the signals and the technical part is over. From here, we should have an item, an enemy, and a player that moves around. Can collect items and detect when we run into an enemy. Now, we get to change this into a Diddy Party. Copy and paste some new items, add random sound effects and music just like the original. Create more enemies, create a menu, create a death screen. We also need a score system. Very simple, just associate values with your items and your score goes up every time you attain one. Optionally, you can add the value of the item above your player like this. This is just doing the same thing your original score variable was doing, except we are resetting it back to 0 every time. Don't forget to add a spawn system, just an area 2D where you want the spawn point to be, and have your player's position equal that every time he dies. Do the same thing but for an exit and have it transition to the next level. Congratulations, you have created your own Diddy Party! I added a secret level you can play on itch.io, link in the description, otherwise just look for Diddy Party, it's the only one there. If you want the source code or want to import into your own Godot, I have the whole project available for download on my Patreon for free. Just follow me. The last thing I would like to do is compare and contrast between the two games. Obviously, Zack and Cody PPP is a bit more polished than mine. There is definitely an art team that worked on this. This was not a one-man job. Their UI is nicer, there are more levels, but the feel of the game is essentially the same, which I'm pretty proud of. Aww. Let me know if there are any other things you would like to see me do. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you next Friday.